Nestled in the heart of Georgia, the small town of Madison is known for its charming streets lined with historic homes and its reputation as one of the best preserved antebellum towns in the South. Visitors are often captivated by its beauty, from the grand columns of Heritage Hall to the quaint shops that line Main Street. However, beneath this picturesque southern charm lies a darker, more mysterious side of Madison. Madison is a town steeped in history, but it's also a place where the past seems to linger in ways that can't be easily explained. Ghostly figures, eerie footsteps, and unexplained lights are just some of the strange occurrences reported by locals and visitors alike. The city's rich history, which includes tales of Native American uprisings and tragic deaths, has given rise to countless ghost stories and legends that continue to haunt the town today. From the ghostly apparitions seen near the corner of 4th and Hill Streets to the unsettling experiences reported at the Welcome Center, Madison is a town where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. As we delve into the haunted history of Madison, Georgia, we'll uncover the chilling tales that make this small town one of the most haunted places in America. This introduction sets the stage for a journey into the eerie and unexplained, where history and hauntings intertwine to create a town that is as spooky as it is beautiful. Madison, Georgia may be a small town, but its reputation as a haunted location is anything but small. Over the years, the city has earned a place among Georgia's most eerie destinations, drawing the curious and the brave alike to explore its haunted history. The stories of hauntings in Madison aren't just whispers passed down through generations. They're accounts shared by people from all walks of life, each adding to the town's growing legend. The city's reputation as a haunted location is closely tied to its long and often tragic history. The violent Native American uprisings in the early 19th century left a deep scar on the land, and many believe that the spirits of those who perished in those conflicts still roam the area, unable to find peace. The ghostly figure, spotted near 4th and Hill Streets, is said to be one of these restless spirits, appearing as a reminder of the bloodshed that once took place on these very streets. Another contributing factor to Madison's haunted reputation is its well-preserved architecture. Many of the town's historic buildings have stood for well over a century, their walls bearing witness to the lives and deaths of countless individuals. The Welcome Center, once a firehouse, is one such building where eerie occurrences have been reported. The staff has heard footsteps echoing through the halls when no one else is around, and lights in the men's bathroom mysteriously switch on overnight, even after everything has been locked up tight. These strange happenings have led some to believe that the old firehouse is home to a spirit who refuses to leave. Madison's haunted reputation is also fueled by tales from nearby locations, such as Hard Labor Creek State Park and Heritage Hall. In these places, the ghostly encounters are so frequent and well known that they've become a part of the local lore. The combination of Madison's violent past, its historic architecture, and the chilling stories from neighboring areas has cemented the town's status as one of Georgia's most haunted locations. As we continue to explore Madison's haunted history, the stories of these specific places and the spirits that inhabit them will reveal just how deep the town's supernatural roots go. Madison, Georgia, is more than just a town with a haunted reputation. It's a place where the ghosts of the past seem to linger in every corner, especially in certain locations where their presence is most strongly felt. These haunted places are not only steeped in history, but also filled with stories of ghostly encounters that have left many visitors and residents alike with chills down their spines. One of the most well-known haunted locations in Madison is the old firehouse, now serving as the Welcome Center. Staff members have reported hearing the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoing through the empty halls late at night, a clear sign that they might not be alone. More unsettling is the mysterious light that switches on in the men's bathroom overnight, despite being turned off and locked up. Some believe that the spirit of a former firefighter still roams the building, perhaps checking on the facilities or simply making his presence known. One visitor, claiming to be sensitive to the supernatural, even reported sensing the ghost of a man in the bathroom, further confirming the staff's suspicions that they share their workspace with a lingering spirit. Another place in Madison that is said to be haunted is Heritage Hall. This grand old mansion, built in 1811, has seen more than its fair share of death and tragedy. Over the years, guests who have toured the home have reported seeing ghostly figures, hearing unexplained noises, and feeling a chilling presence in the air. The laughter of children has been heard coming from the upstairs rooms, where no children were present. Some believe these to be the spirits of past residents, who met untimely ends in the house, unable to leave the place they once called home. The Victorian mourning wreath, made of human hair on display in one of the bedrooms, serves as a stark reminder of the lives that were lost here, possibly explaining the spirit's reluctance to move on. Just outside of town, at Hard Labor Creek State Park, the ghost of a young boy named Ethan is said to haunt the area around Camp Rutledge. Visitors have reported seeing him with a red rubber ball, which he playfully rolls toward them. However, if asked too many questions, Ethan vanishes into thin air, taking his ball with him. This ghostly child has become one of the park's most enduring mysteries, with many speculating about who he was in life and why he remains tied to this spot. These are just a few of the haunted places in Madison, Georgia, where the past refuses to stay buried. The ghosts that haunt these locations are a constant reminder of the town's long and often dark history, making Madison a place where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. As we delve deeper into these haunted sites, more stories of restless spirits and eerie encounters continue to emerge, painting a picture of a town where the supernatural is never far from the surface. Madison, Georgia continues to reveal its haunted secrets as we explore more of its eerie locations and the ghostly occurrences reported there. This charming town hides layers of chilling history, and its haunted sites are deeply intertwined with the supernatural. One particularly spooky spot is the historic Madison Baptist Church. This church, dating back to the early 19th century, has witnessed many events, both joyful and tragic. Visitors and locals alike have reported seeing shadowy figures moving through the pews and hearing disembodied voices during quiet moments in the church. The most unsettling reports come from the church's old cemetery, where people have claimed to see ghostly apparitions of former congregants walking among the graves. Some believe these spirits are waiting for a chance to make peace with the living, or perhaps to relive moments from their past lives. Another haunting location in Madison is the nearby estate known as the Windsor Estate. Built in the late 1800s, this grand home has a history of mysterious occurrences. Guests who stay at the estate often report feeling a cold, inexplicable chill and hearing footsteps when no one else is around. One of the most chilling accounts comes from a former guest who claimed to have seen the apparition of a woman in a Victorian dress standing at the foot of their bed. This spirit is thought to be one of the estate's previous owners, forever tied to the home she loved. In the vicinity of Madison, there is also the legend of the haunted bridge on the outskirts of town. According to local lore, this bridge was the site of a tragic accident in the early 1900s, where a family was killed when their vehicle plunged into the river below. Since then, people who cross the bridge late at night have reported hearing the sound of a car engine and the screams of the family. Some claim to have seen ghostly figures of the family members standing by the bridge, seeking help, or perhaps reliving their final moments. The tales don't end there. The old mill on the edge of town, now a popular spot for tourists and history enthusiasts, is said to be haunted by the ghost of a mill worker who died in a tragic accident. Visitors have reported seeing his apparition at the mill, where he is believed to be tirelessly working as he did in life. The sound of machinery operating on its own has also been heard, further adding to the mill's spooky reputation. These haunted locations in and around Madison contribute to the town's reputation as a hotspot for supernatural activity. Each site offers its own unique ghostly encounters and eerie history, making Madison a fascinating destination for those interested in the paranormal. As the stories of these hauntings continue to be shared, they add to the rich tapestry of Madison's haunted legacy, ensuring that the ghosts of this charming southern town will never be forgotten. As we draw the curtain on our exploration of Madison, Georgia, it becomes clear that this quaint southern town is far more than it first appears. Its picturesque streets and historic charm hide a world of spectral activity that has captivated both locals and visitors alike. From the haunted Welcome Center to the eerie Madison Baptist Church and the Windsor Estate, Madison is steeped in ghostly legends and supernatural occurrences. Each location tells a story of lives that intersected with tragedy and the unknown, leaving behind echoes of their past that continue to stir the present. The shadowy figures, ghostly apparitions, and unexplained noises reported throughout the town weave a rich tapestry of haunting experiences that defy easy explanation. The numerous encounters reported by those who have ventured into these haunted spots only add to Madison's mystique. The restless spirits of past residents and tragic figures make their presence known in a variety of ways, whether through fleeting glimpses, strange noises, or the feeling of an unseen observer. These stories and experiences contribute to the growing legend of Madison as a hub of paranormal activity. Madison's blend of historical significance and ghostly folklore creates a compelling narrative for anyone intrigued by the supernatural. The town's haunted sites not only preserve its historical essence, but also keep alive the eerie tales that continue to intrigue and spook visitors. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or simply curious about the unknown, Madison offers a chilling glimpse into a world where history and the supernatural intertwine. In conclusion, Madison, Georgia, remains a captivating destination for those fascinated by ghost stories and haunted history. The town's rich past and the spectral tales that accompany it ensure that its haunted legacy will continue to draw both the curious and the brave. As you explore Madison, remember that the ghosts of the past might just be lurking around the corner, ready to add their own chapter to the town's enduring story. In the heart of downtown Americus, Georgia, stands a grand Victorian structure with a history as rich as its architecture, the Windsor Hotel. Built in 1892, this luxurious hotel was designed to attract wealthy travelers, particularly those seeking refuge from the harsh northern winters. With its elegant towers, balconies, and a 3-story atrium lobby, the Windsor Hotel was the epitome of Southern hospitality and grandeur. Over the years, the hotel has hosted many notable guests, including the infamous gangster Al Capone and former President Jimmy Carter. However, it's not just the living who have left their mark on the Windsor. The hotel has gained a reputation as one of Georgia's most haunted places, drawing ghost hunters and curious visitors alike. The Windsor Hotel's haunted history is filled with eerie tales and tragic events, the most famous being the story of a housekeeper named Emily May and her young daughter Emma. Their lives were cut short in a horrifying accident, and their spirits are said to linger in the hotel's halls to this day. As we explore the haunted history of the Windsor Hotel, we'll uncover the chilling details of their tragic fate and the other spirits that still roam its corridors. The Windsor Hotel's reputation as a haunted location has grown over the years, fueled by countless reports of ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena. From the moment the tragic story of Emily May and her daughter Emma became known, the hotel was marked as a place where the line between the living and the dead is particularly thin. Visitors and staff alike have shared spine-chilling experiences that seem to confirm the hotel's haunted status. Many who have stayed at the Windsor have reported hearing the faint sound of a child's footsteps echoing down the third-floor hallway, where Emily May and Emma met their untimely end. Some guests have even claimed to catch fleeting glimpses of a young girl in period clothing, her figure vanishing as quickly as it appeared. The third floor, where the fatal accident occurred, has become the epicenter of the hotel's ghostly activity. It's not uncommon for guests to feel an unsettling presence in their rooms, particularly those closest to the site of the tragedy. Doors have been known to open and close on their own, and lights flicker mysteriously, even after being checked by maintenance staff. Some have reported hearing the soft, sorrowful voice of a woman, thought to be Emily May, calling out in the night. The haunting tales don't end with Emily May and Emma. Another spirit believed to haunt the Windsor Hotel is that of Floyd Lowry, the longtime doorman who worked at the hotel for many years. His presence is most often felt near the entrance in the hotel's in-house pub, where guests have reported seeing a figure dressed in a vintage doorman's uniform, welcoming them with a nod or a tip of the hat before disappearing into thin air. The Windsor Hotel's haunted reputation is not just a product of local folklore, it's a living, breathing part of the hotel's identity. With each passing year, more stories of ghostly encounters emerge, adding to the eerie mystique of this historic landmark. As we delve deeper into the haunted history of the Windsor, we'll explore the specific locations within the hotel that are said to be the most haunted, and the spirits that refuse to leave. The Windsor Hotel's haunting reputation isn't just based on hearsay. It's rooted in specific places within the hotel where paranormal activity is most intense. Among these, the third floor stands out as the epicenter of ghostly encounters, particularly near the site of the tragic elevator accident involving Emily May and her daughter Emma. Guests staying on the third floor have frequently reported strange occurrences. One of the most common experiences is the sound of a child's footsteps running down the hallway. These footsteps often seem to come from nowhere, and when guests check to see who might be making the noise, they find the hallway empty. Some guests have even seen the apparition of a little girl, believed to be Emma, standing quietly before disappearing around a corner or fading into the shadows. Another hotspot for paranormal activity is room 333. This room has a reputation for being one of the most haunted in the hotel. Guests who have stayed in room 333 often report a feeling of being watched, and some have woken up in the middle of the night to the sensation of someone sitting on the edge of their bed. The temperature in the room is also known to drop suddenly, sending chills through anyone inside, even when the air conditioning is off. The now defunct staff elevator, where Emily May and Emma met their tragic end, also holds a significant place in the Windsor Hotel's haunted lore. Although the elevator has been out of service for years, guests on ghost tours have reported seeing it rock slightly, as if it were still in use. Some have even heard the faint sound of the elevator moving, or felt a sudden gust of cold air when standing near it. Floyd Lowry, the longtime doorman whose spirit is said to linger at the hotel, has been spotted by both staff and guests near the entrance in the in-house pub. Floyd is often described as a friendly presence, still fulfilling his duties by greeting visitors. Those who encounter him describe a man dressed in a vintage doorman's uniform, who often tips his hat or nods before fading away. These ghostly encounters have made the Windsor Hotel a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts and ghost hunters. The spirits of Emily May, Emma, and Floyd Lowry are not just legends. They are an integral part of the Windsor's haunted history, continuing to leave their mark on all who visit this historic hotel. As we continue, we'll explore more of these eerie stories and the lingering spirits that make the Windsor Hotel a place where the past never truly dies. As we delve deeper into the haunted history of the Windsor Hotel, it becomes clear that the spirits of Emily May, her daughter Emma, and Floyd Lowry are not the only entities that linger within its walls. The hotel seems to be a magnet for paranormal activity, with various areas of the building serving as hotspots for ghostly encounters. One of the eeriest locations in the hotel is the Grand Atrium, a 3-story space that once awed guests with its elegance. Today, it's not uncommon for visitors to feel an inexplicable chill as they walk through this area. Some have reported seeing shadowy figures moving along the balconies that overlook the atrium. These figures often vanish as quickly as they appear, leaving behind a sense of unease. The atrium's mirrors are also a source of strange occurrences, with guests claiming to see fleeting reflections of people who aren't there, particularly a woman in a long black dress, believed to be Emily May herself. The hallways of the Windsor Hotel, especially those on the third floor, are rife with paranormal activity. Guests have recounted hearing disembodied voices, sometimes in hushed whispers, and other times in frantic cries. A woman's voice is frequently heard calling out for someone, possibly Emma. The sound of a baby crying has also been reported, echoing through the corridors late at night, though there's never a child to be found. The dining room and in-house pub, named after Floyd Lowry, also have their share of ghostly tales. In the dining room, staff members have witnessed plates and silverware moving on their own, sometimes clattering to the floor without explanation. The pub, where Floyd's presence is most strongly felt, has seen bottles of liquor tip over or even slide across the bar, as if moved by an unseen hand. Patrons have occasionally felt a tap on their shoulder, only to turn around and find no one there. One of the most unnerving spots in the hotel is the stairwell leading from the third floor to the lobby. This area is said to be haunted by a dark, oppressive presence that many believe is linked to the tragic events involving Emily May and Emma. Guests who have used this stairwell report feeling as though they're being followed or watched, and some have experienced a sudden, overwhelming sense of dread halfway down the stairs. A few have even felt a cold hand brush against their back, urging them to move faster. These accounts contribute to the Windsor Hotel's reputation as one of Georgia's most haunted locations. The spirits that dwell here are not content to remain silent. They interact with the living, reminding everyone who enters that the past is very much alive within these walls. As we approach the conclusion of our story, we'll explore how the Windsor Hotel embraces its haunted history and the lasting impact these spirits have on those who dare to visit. The Windsor Hotel's haunted reputation has not only persisted over the years, but has also become a defining characteristic of this historic landmark. Rather than shying away from its ghostly past, the hotel has embraced it, turning these eerie tales into a unique attraction for visitors from all over the world. Ghost tours are now a staple at the Windsor Hotel, drawing in thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts eager to catch a glimpse of Emily May, Emma, or Floyd Lowry. These tours guide guests through the most haunted areas of the hotel, including the notorious third floor, the grand atrium, and the eerie stairwell. Stories of past encounters are shared, adding to the chilling atmosphere. The tours often end in the dining room or pub, where visitors can relax with a drink while pondering the ghostly occurrences they've just heard about, or maybe even experience themselves. For those who are particularly brave, the hotel offers overnight stays in some of its most haunted rooms. Room 333, in particular, is infamous for unexplained disturbances. Guests staying in this room have reported objects moving on their own, sudden drops in temperature, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Despite, or perhaps because of, these eerie experiences, the room is in high demand, with many visitors hoping to have a paranormal encounter of their own. The hotel's staff, many of whom have their own ghost stories to tell, play a significant role in maintaining the hotel's haunted legacy. Their first-hand experiences with the spirits add authenticity to the tales, and they take pride in sharing these stories with curious guests. The Windsor Hotel's management has also taken care to preserve the building's historic features during renovations, ensuring that the hotel's Victorian charm and its resident ghosts remain intact. The Windsor Hotel stands as a testament to the way history and the supernatural can intertwine, creating a place where the past is never truly forgotten. The spirits of Emily May, Emma, Floyd Lowry, and others who may linger in the shadows serve as constant reminders of the hotel's storied past. For many visitors, a stay at the Windsor Hotel is more than just a chance to experience its luxury and charm. It's an opportunity to connect with history in a way that is both tangible and otherworldly. As the final chapter in the Windsor Hotel's story, we see a place where the living and the dead coexist, where tales of tragedy and ghostly encounters are passed down through generations. The Windsor Hotel remains a beacon for those who seek a brush with the unknown, a place where the echoes of the past continue to resonate in the present. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the Windsor Hotel offers an unforgettable experience, steeped in history and haunted by the spirits that still walk its halls. Savannah, Georgia, often described as the most haunted city in America, is a place where history and the supernatural intertwine seamlessly. Founded in 1733, this charming southern city boasts cobblestone streets, grand antebellum mansions, and ancient cemeteries draped in Spanish moss. But beneath its picturesque exterior lies a darker, more eerie side that has captivated the imaginations of ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts for decades. Savannah's haunted history is steeped in tales of tragedy, mystery, and restless spirits. One of the most intriguing aspects of Savannah's haunted reputation is its combination of deep historical roots and natural elements, like the underground water that flows beneath the city. These elements create the perfect conditions for lingering spirits. The American Institute of Parapsychology receives more reports of paranormal activity from Savannah than almost any other city in the country. Visitors and residents alike have shared countless stories of ghostly encounters, from the eerie laughter of children in the Hamilton Turner Inn to the unsettling apparitions at the historic Bonaventure Cemetery. Savannah's haunted history is not just a collection of ghost stories. It is a testament to the city's complex and often tumultuous past. As you wander through Savannah, you can't help but feel the weight of history surrounding you. The city has witnessed numerous battles, devastating fires, and deadly epidemics, all of which have left their mark on the land and its inhabitants. The Siege of Savannah in 1779, for example, resulted in hundreds of deaths, and the spirits of fallen soldiers are said to still roam the city's historic squares and battlefields. Similarly, the yellow fever epidemic of 1820 claimed the lives of a tenth of Savannah's population, leaving behind a legacy of sorrow and lingering spirits. These tragic events have contributed to Savannah's reputation as a city where the past is never truly forgotten and where the line between the living and the dead is often blurred. In the next part, we will delve deeper into Savannah's reputation as a haunted city and explore the stories that have solidified its place as a hub of paranormal activity. From the infamous Mercer House to the haunted grounds of Fort Pulaski, Savannah's haunted history is filled with spine-chilling tales that continue to intrigue and terrify those who dare to explore its ghostly past. Savannah's reputation as a haunted city is not just based on folklore and urban legends. It is supported by countless eyewitness accounts and documented paranormal investigations. The city's storied past, marked by violent conflicts, deadly epidemics, and tragic accidents, has created an atmosphere ripe for ghostly activity. Visitors and locals alike report encounters with spirits in nearly every corner of the city, making Savannah a true mecca for those fascinated by the supernatural. One of the most famous haunted locations in Savannah is the Mercer House, which gained national attention through the book and movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. The house was once the home of Jim Williams, an antiques dealer with a keen interest in voodoo. Williams was acquitted of murder in 3 separate trials, but many believe the spirit of the man he allegedly killed still haunts the property. Guests have reported seeing shadowy figures and hearing strange noises, attributing these occurrences to the restless spirit of Danny Hansford, the man who met his untimely end in the house. Nearby, Bonaventure Cemetery adds to the city's ghostly allure. This cemetery, with its iconic moss-draped trees and famous bird girl statue, is said to be haunted by more than just its beautiful scenery. Visitors claim to hear laughter and disembodied voices among the graves, and some have even seen ghostly figures wandering the grounds. One of the most chilling tales involves a pack of ghost dogs that are said to roam the cemetery, adding an eerie layer to an already spooky site. Fort Pulaski, a Civil War-era fort, has its own share of ghostly encounters. During the filming of the movie Glory, several crew members reported seeing apparitions of soldiers in period uniforms. The fort's dark history, marked by bloody battles and numerous deaths, provides a fitting backdrop for these spectral sightings. Similarly, the Pirate's House, a historic restaurant believed to have inspired parts of Treasure Island, is haunted by the spirits of sailors and pirates. Guests have reported seeing a gruff sailor, and even the infamous pirate Captain Flint wandering the premises. Savannah's haunted history extends beyond these well-known sites. The city is dotted with locations where the past refuses to stay buried, from the headless ghost of a Confederate soldier at Forsyth Park to the spectral figure of a woman in white seen on the balconies of the Kehoe House. Each story, backed by numerous first-hand accounts, contributes to the city's reputation as one of the most haunted places in America. In the next part, we will explore specific haunted locations within Savannah, delving deeper into the stories and spirits that make them infamous. From historic inns to eerie cemeteries, Savannah's ghostly tales are as varied as they are chilling, offering a glimpse into the city's mysterious and haunted past. Savannah is a city where history and hauntings intertwine, creating a tapestry of eerie tales and ghostly encounters. Among the many haunted places, the Hamilton Turner Inn stands out. This grand mansion, featured in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, is known for its paranormal activities. Guests often hear the laughter of unseen children and the sound of billiard balls rolling on the upper floors. Some have even reported seeing a mysterious cigar-smoking man sitting on the roof, adding to the inn's haunted reputation. The Marshall House, another historic location, is one of the best-known haunted hotels in the United States. Built in 1851, the hotel served as a hospital for Union soldiers during the Civil War and for yellow fever epidemics in the 19th century. Guests have reported seeing ghostly figures in the hallways, hearing the laughter of children, and witnessing faucets turning on by themselves. The combination of the building's history and these eerie occurrences make it a hotspot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. The 1790 Inn and Restaurant is yet another location with a rich history of hauntings. The ghost of Anna Powers, a young woman who tragically died after falling from the inn's roof, is said to haunt the upstairs guest rooms. Guests often report seeing Anna's ghostly figure and feeling an inexplicable presence in their rooms. The restaurant itself is not free from hauntings. A former slave cook and a young servant boy are said to make their presence known by banging on pots and appearing to diners. The Pirate's House, one of Savannah's oldest buildings, is infamous for its dark past and ghostly residents. Once a saloon and rest stop for seafarers, it is believed that many were shanghaied from its basement and forced to serve on ships. Today, visitors report seeing the ghost of a gruff sailor and the infamous pirate, Captain Flint. The chilling tales of these spirits, combined with the building's history, create an atmosphere ripe for paranormal activity. Savannah's cemeteries also contribute to its haunted reputation. Colonial Park Cemetery, established in 1750, is considered one of the most haunted places in the city. It is the final resting place of more than 10,000 people, many buried in mass graves. During the Civil War, Union soldiers occupied the cemetery, desecrating graves and causing unrest among the spirits. Visitors often experience cold spots, see glowing orbs, and feel an eerie presence while walking through the to the cemetery. The Sorrelweed House, with its tragic history of suicides and deaths, is another infamous haunted location. The spirits of Matilda Sorrel and a young slave named Molly are said to haunt the house. Visitors report seeing apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling an unsettling presence. The house's dark past and these ghostly encounters make it a must-visit for those interested in the paranormal. These locations, with their rich histories and numerous ghostly encounters, showcase why Savannah is considered one of the most haunted cities in America. Each site offers a glimpse into the city's eerie past and the restless spirits that still linger. Continuing the exploration of Savannah's haunted sites, the Bonaventure Cemetery stands out with its picturesque yet eerie atmosphere. Draped in Spanish moss, the cemetery is known for its ghostly apparitions and strange occurrences. Visitors often report hearing disembodied laughter and conversations, adding to the cemetery's haunting allure. The ghost dogs that roam its grounds are said to be the spirits of loyal pets, eternally guarding their owners' final resting places. Fort Pulaski, a Civil War fort near Savannah, is another hotspot for paranormal activity. During the filming of the movie Glory, crew members reported several ghost sightings, including spectral soldiers patrolling the fort's grounds. The fort's turbulent history and the many lives lost during the war contribute to the belief that it is one of Savannah's most haunted locations. The fort's eerie atmosphere, especially at night, often leaves visitors with a chilling sense of the past. The Kehoe House, now a beautiful bed and breakfast, is another location steeped in ghostly tales. Built in 1892, it was once home to the Kehoe family and their 10 children. Rumors suggest that 2 of the children died in the house, and their spirits are said to playfully interact with guests. Visitors have reported seeing ghost children, hearing footsteps, and experiencing cold spots. Before becoming a bed and breakfast, the house served as a funeral home, adding another layer to its haunted history. The Moon River Brewing Company is infamous for its ghostly encounters. This establishment, originally built as a hotel in 1821, has a long history of paranormal activity. The basement and upper floors are considered the most active spots, with the reports of bottles being thrown, patrons feeling cold drafts, and staff experiencing pranks from unseen entities. The ghost of a lady in white is often seen at the top of the restaurant's staircase, adding to the eerie experiences of those who visit. The Sorrelweed House continues to be a focal point for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. The tragic suicides of Matilda Sorrel and the young slave Molly have left an indelible mark on the house. Visitors often hear ghostly whispers, see shadowy figures, and feel an overwhelming sense of sorrow. The house's dark history and the spirits that linger within its walls make it one of Savannah's most haunted locations. Savannah's haunted reputation is further cemented by the numerous ghost tours that operate throughout the city. These tours take visitors to various haunted sites, sharing chilling stories of murder, tragedy, and restless spirits. The city's rich history, combined with its numerous ghostly encounters, makes it a prime destination for those seeking a glimpse into the paranormal. These additional haunted locations and their ghostly encounters further illustrate why Savannah is considered one of the most haunted cities in America. Each site has its own unique history and paranormal activity, offering visitors a deeper understanding of the city's eerie past and the spirits that still walk its streets. As the journey through Savannah's haunted history comes to a close, it becomes clear why this city holds a unique place in the realm of the paranormal. From the eerie whispers in Bonaventure Cemetery to the spectral soldiers of Fort Pulaski, Savannah's rich and tumultuous past is deeply intertwined with its ghostly present. The city's numerous haunted sites, each with its own tragic tales and restless spirits, paint a vivid picture of a place where history refuses to stay buried. Savannah's haunted reputation is not just a collection of ghost stories, but a testament to the many lives and events that have shaped its history. The lingering spirits of soldiers, victims of epidemics, and those who met untimely ends, create a tapestry of supernatural occurrences that captivate and terrify those who visit. Whether it's the playful ghost children of the Kehoe House or the sorrowful specters of the Sorrelweed House, each encounter adds another layer to Savannah's mystique. The city's ghost tours, which guide visitors through these haunted locations, offer a unique glimpse into Savannah's darker side. These tours, steeped in history and lore, bring the past to life in a way that is both educational and spine-chilling. The stories told on these tours are more than just tales. They are the echoes of real events and real people whose spirits continue to roam the streets and buildings of Savannah. In conclusion, Savannah's title as one of America's most haunted cities is well-earned. Its deep history, marked by war, disease, and tragedy, has created a fertile ground for paranormal activity. The city's ghostly inhabitants serve as a reminder of the past, offering a haunting yet fascinating insight into the lives and events that have left their mark on Savannah. For those brave enough to explore its haunted sites, Savannah promises an unforgettable experience, filled with mystery, history, and the unmistakable presence of the supernatural.